Can I get through the next 2 days without my food spoiling, keeping the lights on, and keeping my sleep apnea machine running at night to keep me breathing? Oh man, 2 days, 1 broken generator, 1 power station. This wasn't planned. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Joe. Sometimes I'm clever, but I do use some clever technology up here. I'm not an expert in solar technology and power stations, but I am experienced with it, and I'm happy to share my experience with you. So I am going to be using only the EcoFlow Delta Max 2 this weekend. It's a 2,000 watt generator, but I also have an AllPowers R2500, and the way that I power these things up is through solar. So I've got some permanent solar panels here. Got one here, and I've got a couple on the walls here. I'm going to address something too that a couple of my viewers were mentioning. Oh, you know, this is crazy having horizontal solar panels, but we'll address that in a second here. Today is a 2-day challenge. 2 days, 1 power station, and a few things that I need to get by. So here we are, starting out fresh with 100% of our power available. Let's get some lights on here. So you can see we're at 99% on the EcoFlow. Now I turn on those 2 lights and you can see it's not even showing the power consumption. That's one thing with the EcoFlow, it doesn't actually display energy consumption when it's really, really low. So we can assume that those 2 lights are well under 10 watts, probably 6 or 7 watts between the 2 of them. One of your biggest sources of energy, power sources at your off-grid cabin are going to be your appliances. This is a fridge. Usually this fridge is powered, has a dedicated power station, which is the AllPowers R2500. As mentioned, I don't have that charged up this weekend, so we're also going to be plugging this into the EcoFlow. This draws between 30 and 50 watts, and it only draws it, you know, several times an hour. It's not actually running 24 hours a day. We'll see how this works out for 2 days.
These go to 11.
One of the most important things for me up here is having my CPAP machine. This keeps me breathing at night, so there's no getting around it. Now, these run roughly, with the humidifier on, about 50-55 watts. A tip here, I don't have this yet, but you can get a direct to DC adapter. It's an adapter where you can plug it directly into the 12 volt port of your power station, and you're going to use a lot less energy. You can see I'm also a musician here. I'm not doing any jamming tonight, but when I do, all of my music gear is powered by the EcoFlow power station as well. Fall is on our doorstep, so we are probably going to be making a small fire tonight. It's not going to be getting too cold, but it's going to be going down to about 10 or 11 degrees Celsius. So we're going to warm our toes by the fire. All right, getting our trusty cast iron pan out tonight. We're going to be having a special dinner tonight. There is something peaceful about being off-grid. It's very replenishing, especially for me. Sometimes I can be a little bit anxious, be a little bit stressed out, whether it's through work or, you know, life, other stuff that goes on outside of the woods. And eating healthy is a very important part of a healthy lifestyle, right? Basically, good diet, good sleep, and good chill. Okay, while that's cooking up, I am going to be preparing our sour cream and chives goulash in the kettle pot. My cooking arsenal is basically this thing, this butane stove, which I've just used up here for years. I also use the wood stove in the winter and then the barbecue outside. But this thing now that I've got, you know, a couple of good power stations, this will work with any 500 watt power station. Just very, very, very simple to use. Now, of course, I didn't need to use the kettle pot tonight, but I thought that it would be a good real world test of using 1 power station, just the EcoFlow, and see what we can get out of this thing. So far, so good. Drink, eat, pop. Oh yeah, Very nice. Thank you, EcoFlow, down to 91% after cooking that nice dinner. All right, I think we got enough power to watch a nice classic movie. What do we got tonight? So I've got the lights on, I am recharging my phone, I got the laptop plugged in, and we're watching a movie. And we are using 48 watts. We're at 84% now. Yeah, baby. Perfect day. The sun is out, which is great. I've got the AllPowers 400 watt portable panels out here. Just moving the angle a little bit to get the full sun. Let's go inside and just have a quick look, see how much power we're drawing. So we don't have full sun right now, but we're pulling in 217 watts. So we're about mid-afternoon. The EcoFlow is at 60%. So we're doing a good job as far as those panels keeping up with the power that we need. My beer is staying cold in the fridge, so is my Dr. Pepper. A couple of things I want to address here. There's certainly some controversy over whether to buy a power station or build your own system, just have a 12-volt system for your off-grid cabin. It really depends on your needs, right? I'm a weekend warrior. This is a small cabin. Usually I'm up here for 2 or 3 days at a time. Generally, when I come up here, all my power stations are locked and loaded. Everything has been powering up during the week, and I'm ready to go, and I have no problems using it for a full weekend. If I was up here full time, the smartest thing to do would probably be to start with solar panels. Get more panels up on the roof, clear out some of these trees, and make sure we can maximize that amount of energy. In the meantime, the power stations really work well, and they work well for some people in the right circumstances. For camping, for RV life, for part-time living like this at a cabin, they work great. People have used these full-time as well. I will spend 2 or 3 weeks at the cabin up here during the summer, and my system just works well. Second thing I want to address are the solar panels that are hanging on the side of my wall. Yes, this is not the most effective way to use solar panels. You should figure out the angle of the sun depending where you live, and that angle is going to change depending on the season as well, right? How high or how low that sun is going to be midday. I'm surrounded by trees here. Basically, I put those panels there for convenience because I could put them there. And the other thing is those panels actually get the late afternoon sun, and it's basically about 2 or 3 hours, and it just gets, it's a hot spot for the sun. So the angle, yeah, it could be more effective, but it's where I have the spot, and it works for me. A couple of questions about the generator too. People asking, why are you using a gas generator when you can just get more solar? Well, generator is always an excellent idea for a backup. It's just a good idea anyways. I don't care how big your system is, get yourself a generator. Gas, propane, otherwise, there's different fuel types. For me, I used to use the generator 7 or 8 hours a night, especially in the wintertime when I was up here. Now I'm only using it if I'm up here for an extended time. Basically, I'm using it every 2 days or so, and I run it for maybe 2 hours. That's it. Those power stations will take an hour and a half to top them up completely. I split the difference, sort of spread the energy around to keep it more efficient. So usually 2 hours and I'm done. That amount of gas, 2 hours on that generator, we're probably talking $2 or $3 of gas. That's it. I'm happy to share my experience up here and what works for me. I'm always happy for input. You want to challenge me on something, that's great. I'm always happy to hear what other people are doing and what systems are working for them, what power stations are working for them, and which ones aren't. And I hope this was helpful for you. As always, happy off-gridding, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.